Wasn't that me say? Alright, so when me I try to say no, I then rise up when me said the Solomon, when Solomon asks knowledge and then you say, use that because that that contributes to that.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's all about knowledge and that me I try to show you. You learn and you try to figure out, see what you feel say. As a brother to a next brother, you cannot rely upon.
Our knowledge comes from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. We don't need carnal knowledge.
One thing.
Why?
That would have come like you drink water alone for living a life. Don't you eat banana, don't you drink water and don't you eat food.
Alright, yeah.
Don't it?
Yeah, but
don't it a balance. So don't it a balance that you don't do one thing alone.
Right.
So spiritually or mentally now, you stick to one thing which way you talk about, which me not say you're wrong and me never have to say you're wrong. But we are trying to have a overstanding of everything. A grasp, we are trying to get to know the big man himself, right? Because it's all about that. Don't it? And not through the scriptures they may have to learn about him because we lost right now, don't it?
I through the scriptures, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
So we have to try to see what wrong from right, don't it?
Yeah.
So me I say nothing wrong? No. Brothers, me I say nothing wrong?
I understand what I say. So
me not come here something well. Let me explain something because I don't want to feel like me come here something to try for you.
No man, well listen.
Alright, I've had enough of that guy. Because, you see, he thinks that mixing carnal knowledge with the knowledge of the scriptures, is a good thing to do. Right? Which this guy clearly lacks knowledge. But yeah, Shalom. Kalalalia Bashim Yashai. Bashim Kakodash. To all men teaching the gospel, men of Great Millstone and like-minded Akim Shalom. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us, and to the sincere Aqua, that we are sisters, along with the other brothers that believe in the 100% truth of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Shalom. Now what we have this was 2 weeks ago at camp. This was one of the most annoying scoffers that I've ever witnessed. And you see, this guy hey man, it really go for sure that our people hate knowledge. Because here you have the prophets out there prophesying, from the scriptures, right? And this guy come up to the camp, trying to teach the prophets, right? Feeling that he's on some sort of level. You know what I mean? And he's being very stubborn as well with it. Right? You just can't teach Jake anything, man. This is book of Ecclesiastes 5 verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh. Right? And this is the house of God. Anywhere where the brothers, anywhere where the Akim gather, it's the house of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You understand? That's the house, right? And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. God, this guy come here with the sacrifice of fools instead of come to learn from the prophets, and to inquire how he can get salvation, and ask of the things that are happening around us. This guy come for offer a foolish sacrifice, man. His garbage that he read. Because you see, he mentioned about the book of Enoch, which for a year that that he's a full-time bug out, man. Book of Enoch, and he talking about the book of Solomon. You understand? Which they said that Solomon wrote a book, about demons. Witchcraft. He wrote a book about witchcraft, which I mean, at the end of the day, why would you? Solomon went off in witchcraft. And if he wrote that book, why would you want a book of Solomon going off into witchcraft? What would that profit you and salvation? Solomon, in a sinful state, writing about witchcraft. What profit? How does that book profit you? This guy come here spewing garbage and mad, this man. The men of the Lord come to prophesy with a narrow-minded approach, a narrow-minded spiritual approach from the scriptures, right? So we're not gonna allow any form of garbage. You know what I mean? And if you watch it further, you can see the big brother Kabash come and just usher him out, just tell him to move along. Because this babbling went on for minutes. You know what I mean? And there was no edification coming out. Well, there was edification in terms of him being, being rebuked, right? But at the end of the day, this guy was just taking up space. You know what I mean? And we deal strictly with the scriptures. I mean, yes, brothers will bring out an article here and there to cement the fact that, a prophecy is moving. And then they try to match the article with precepts, right? But if you approach us with folly, Book of Enoch, Book of Solomon writing about demons and all this, we won't tolerate it. You understand? Those books stem from the Bible, right? The Book of Enoch, it stemmed from the scriptures, and it's plagiarized and mixed, with a lot of cunningly devised fables. You understand what I say? I mean, as well, Ellerman Atazak say from James, North Carolina, no, South Carolina, yeah. He said he once said something that the Book of Enoch, is out there, but it has been plagiarized, right? We don't have the real Book of Enoch. You understand? Plus, furthermore, our concern should be about salvation. You know what I mean? Rather than all these mystery books and so forth. Right? And if this guy feared the Lord, he'd have the knowledge necessary to know that the Bible is the foundation. You understand what I said? The Bible is the basic foundation. Which shows that this guy is not on any level at all. He's trying to sound all deep. He's on no level. What do I want? Proverbs 1 and verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. And that was this guy, because he's spewing garbage. The brothers are giving him wisdom, concerning the books that he's reading, and he's not taking heed. If this guy feared the Lord, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. He would have had the knowledge to know that those books contradict the Bible, which him clearly lacked the knowledge. All of these knowledge, that he acquired from those books, it's vain. And the brothers tried with him, and he wasn't receiving the understanding, and he was trying to teach us. So we gave him the hard for it, As I said, the brother come around, big brother Kabash, he came around and just lift him up, man. Just tell him for go on, basically. You understand me, sir? I have a very stubborn spirit when you deal with Jake, Come out here to prophesy. This is Ezekiel 3 and verse 8. And it reads, Behold, I have made thy face strong against their faces, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads. As an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house. Yeah, the Lord, they have a hard now a forehead. So we have the prophets are just as stubborn as Jake with the truth. Because if we'd ever have that spirit on us, we'd be overwhelmed by these people. You know what I mean? And we'd be very discouraged at how they look at us. But at the end of the day, the Lord gave us, Yahweh Shemini gave us a bold spirit. You know what I mean? So this guy just, he gave us a weird look and then he left. Right? He was confounded. I mean, he claimed he knew the Bible, but the fruits that he shewed forth said otherwise, And there was a point in the video where he even called, the Lord Jah. See, and that's going to show you this guy's just a bug out, Face shave off, head lined up. You should have seen him. You know what I mean? He's not ready. With him face shave off and him head line up. So, he's not even in tune with the basic stuff of the scriptures, much less. He can't even obey that. Yet you want to be super deep like you know some shit. He would have known that the book of Enoch contradicted the Bible. Because he did mention about the book of Enoch. Right? This guy is crazy. This is the book of Acts 17 and verse 11. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that they received the word with all readiness of mind and searched the scriptures daily, whether those things were so. Yeah, if this guy was searching the scriptures daily, he would have had somewhat of an understanding, he would have had somewhat of a knowledge, which at the end of the day, but then the misinterpreting of the scriptures is another factor. But he would have at least, have a basic understanding if this guy was searching the scriptures daily, you know. And if the Lord put the spirit upon him for repent, he would have learned the scriptures, through the brothers, through the Akim, you know. That's why I would say it's a scary thing not to be in this truth, because there will be no stability in mind when all hell break loose in the times that we are coming up. And this guy is just an example. You know what I mean? If you don't have the biblical knowledge, end time prophecies is gonna bite him in the ass. Isaiah 33:6, right? And wisdom and knowledge is the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. Fear of the Lord is his treasure, right? So this guy clearly don't have the knowledge, and it's gonna backfire on him in Jacob shall the Lord don't have him down as one of the elect to receive mercy. And Haman, him get what the chicken get, roasted. You know what I mean? Come forth to try to show your puny world knowledge, like on some level. Oh man, I was so upset that day. But yeah, I mean, just go for show the state of our people. You know what I mean? And that's why a lot of them are gonna be destroyed. Because they hate knowledge. Fools hate knowledge, man. Yeah, man. That's it, through the spirit. Point has been made. Kalalal Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Bashim Kakwa Dash. We are thankful to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that we are in the truth. And we have, the knowledge that will keep us anchored in the times to come. Shalom.